Liechtenstein affirms its strong commitment to the purposes and principles of the Charter. You may say that is easy to do for a small state with no army. But this point also underlines that for many small states, respect for the Charter is a matter of survival and a very serious matter. It also appeared in today's debate that everybody seems to have their favorite purposes and principles of the United Nations Charter, a choice that's usually inspired by a country's history or a country's standing in the world. For us, the starting point for the purposes and principles of the Charter is the very first purpose of the UN Charter, quote, to maintain international peace and security, and to that end, to take effective collective measures for the prevention and removal of threats to the peace. In our view, the Charter envisages an activist Security Council that responds to the needs of the world. It is true that the number of meetings, resolutions, field missions, and so on is ever increasing, yet so is the number of conflicts, and so is the number of people affected by conflict worldwide. Today, we have more refugees than at any point since World War II. We therefore need even more Security Council action. How do we achieve this? First, in reaffirming their commitment to the Charter, we believe the Council members must make greater efforts to overcome their differences and to commit to work for compromise. Rather than debating the contours of abstract concepts, Council members should search for practical solutions in concrete situations. In recent years, this has become more difficult as the differences, especially among permanent members, have grown. We believe, therefore, there is now an increased responsibility on elected members of the Council to take greater ownership of the work of the Council and to lead the way toward compromises. Second, the veto. The use of the veto, the threat of the veto, the possibility of the threat of the veto remains the greatest procedural obstacle for Security Council actions where permanent members have difficulty agreeing on a course of action. The price for such inaction is unacceptably high when faced with mass atrocities, when faced with thousands of innocent victims. We cannot continue to give greater weight to the opinion of one single permanent member than to the need to save thousands of lives. We therefore reiterate our call on Council members not to block Security Council action aimed at preventing or ending mass atrocities, and to put such a commitment in writing.